What if the line between a security mission and a deadly trap is just a road in Fallujah? In the heart of Iraq, 4 Blackwater contractors, experienced and battle-hardened, embarked on what seemed like a routine task. But as their convoy rolled into the city, a brutal ambush awaited a moment that would redefine the chaos of war and spark one of the bloodiest battles in the Iraq conflict. This is the story of the cruel ambush on Blackwater PMCs. No one survived. Following 9/11, the U.S. waged a war on terror, invading Iraq in 2003. Tasked with defeating insurgents, the U.S. military found the challenge daunting. Consequently, private firms like Blackwater were hired for security, operating with fewer restrictions than the military. Initially facing minimal resistance, the U.S. military soon encountered growing opposition. By 2004, insurgencies surged, especially in Fallujah, a symbol of resistance, challenging the U.S. military's efforts to stabilize Iraq. Blackwater USA, hired by the U.S. for security in Iraq, was both praised for professionalism and criticized for its aggressive, unaccountable methods. Among its personnel were 4 notable contractors with significant military backgrounds. Scott Helvenston, an ex-Navy SEAL, had a diverse career spanning conflict zones like Somalia, Kosovo, and even Hollywood, appearing in movies like G.I. Jane. Jerry Zovko, an ex-Army Ranger with Gulf War experience, was known for his physical prowess and dedication. Wesley Batalona, also a former Ranger, stood out for his composure in high-pressure scenarios. Lastly, Michael Tigg, an ex-Special Forces soldier, had served in Bosnia and Afghanistan, bringing a wealth of experience to Blackwater. Their combined expertise underscored the company's reputation in high-risk environments. On March 31, 2004, a convoy comprising 2 flatbed trucks and 2 armored SUVs set out to deliver food to a U.S. base in Fallujah, escorted by 4 Blackwater contractors. Batalona and Zavko were leading the convoy in the first vehicle, followed by the trucks, Helvenston and Tigg bringing up the rear. This mission placed them in one of the most volatile regions at a critical time. Navigating through Fallujah, the convoy was suddenly ambushed by insurgents wielding rifles, rocket-propelled grenades, and more. The attackers had strategically placed roadblocks along the route. The insurgents initiated their attack from the rear, targeting Helvenston and Tigg's vehicle with a barrage of gunfire, leading to their immediate fatalities. Hearing the shots, Batalona, ahead with Zavko, accelerated to escape the ambush, a standard response tactic. However, their escape was thwarted by a roadblock. Executing a U-turn under intense fire, Batalona and Zavko faced shots from close range. Batalona was hit in the back and collapsed over Zavko, who was already deceased, sealing the tragic fate of all 4 Blackwater contractors. In an overwhelming ambush, the contractors were tragically overpowered and killed. The aftermath saw locals emerging from nearby buildings, swarming the vehicles. Batalona's carbine was snatched, and a youth in white trousers looted Zovko's gun from the SUV, along with radios and other items. The contractors' bodies were then brutally dragged out, beaten, burned, and paraded through the streets. Finally, their remains were hung over a Euphrates River bridge, a grim display lasting nearly 10 hours until Iraqi police intervened, cutting them down. This shocking incident highlighted the intense hostility and chaos in the region at the time. The Blackwater ambush in Fallujah triggered a major U.S. military retaliation, leading to the fierce and bloody First Battle of Fallujah. Starting April 4, 2004, it involved over 10,000 U.S. troops, marking one of the Iraq War's largest operations. Intense urban combat involving artillery, airstrikes, and tanks characterized this operation, resulting in substantial casualties on both sides and epitomizing the war's severity. The Blackwater-Fallujah ambush is well documented, but lesser-known details reveal critical shortcomings in preparation. The contractors assigned to a high-risk mission were inadequately equipped and informed. Driving unarmored SUVs and lacking body armor, they were reportedly deprived of crucial intelligence and military support. Further, they were not briefed on the severe dangers of Fallujah. Instead, they were under the impression their task was to secure food deliveries, unaware of the hostile environment they were entering. This lack of proper equipment, training, and information significantly compromised their safety and effectiveness. Scott Helvenston's family, grappling with grief, felt betrayed by Blackwater, accusing it of inadequate security measures that endangered their son. They sued the company for wrongful death in 2005, claiming a breach of duty in protecting its employees. This legal battle was a prolonged and arduous ordeal for the family as they sought accountability for the tragedy that had befallen their loved one. Blackwater refuted any misconduct, claiming adequate convoy security was provided. They cited sovereign immunity, shielding government contractors from lawsuits for actions on behalf of the government.